Hello everyone, Josh from Incompetech. Today we're going to go over automating your garage door without buying the expensive Genie product or any of the other expensive $200, $150, $100 products out there that you can use to automate opening and closing your garage door either by Alexa or Google Home or just your phone. So today, this is what we're going over, garage door automation. I'm going to show you how you take a basic car relay and turn it into the tool that will open the garage door. This is going to require a few things. The first thing is a home automation hub. I use the Wink 2. I prefer the Wink 2 over Samsung just because it has some benefits that Samsung doesn't have. Then you're going to need an outlet switch. It needs to be Wink 2 compatible, obviously. You need to have a AC to 12 volt adapter, maybe some wire. I used a wiring harness for the relay so I didn't have to buy any wire, individual wire pieces. If you're going to go the wire route, get 2 different colors at least. And obviously you're going to need to have your phone with the apps installed on it, so that would be Alexa or Google Home. You'll also need Stringify and the Wink app itself, or if you're using Smart Things, then the Samsung Smart Things app or whichever other relay you have. This is the basic schematic, the setup of how everything's connected. On the right hand side is the actual garage door opener. Now, the big key here to note is that if your garage door opener does not have the inside wall switch that you can press to open the garage from the inside, then this won't work for you. You have to have that capability. I'm not saying you have to have the switch itself be there, but that capability needs to be on the garage door opener. There's usually 4 screw terminals on the front of the garage door opener when you take the little plastic cover off. 2 of them go to that switch. The other 2 go to the sensors that tell the garage door, hey, somebody just broke the sensor line, stop closing the garage door on them. If you don't have that, then this isn't going to work. But so the essential pieces you're going to have obviously is the garage door opener, the relay, the 12 volt adapter, and I don't show it here, but the outlet switch that the Wink hub is gonna run. Now, the basic relay for a car is this right here. It's 4 or 5 pins, and they're always labeled. They might not be labeled these exact numbers, but they're always labeled, and there'll be typically a schematic on the side that tells you which ones are doing which. And in my case, my relay was telling me that pin 85 and 86 is your incoming voltage, your 12 volts, that's going to trip the relay either on or off. Typically, relays are automatically off unless they're sent 12 volts, in which point they click on. And you can hear it. It's a physical click. It'll click inside when pin 30 either attaches to 87 or the middle pin. By default, it's already attached to the middle pin. So in my scenario, and in any scenario where you want to use it to open a garage door, this is where how you're going to have to wire it. Take your positive from the 12 volt adapter to 85 and the negative to 86. I chose to do it that way. You don't have to. I'm just telling you, I did positive to 85, negative to 86. The positive and negative really make no difference on which pin on the relay they go. All it's going to do is trip the relay inside. It doesn't reverse the polarity of the relay. It doesn't do anything else. Now, pin 87 and pin 30 will go to the 2 screws on your garage door opener that would work from the wall button. It doesn't matter which cable goes where again. It just one cable will go to one screw on the garage door opener, and the other pin will go to the other garage door screw terminal. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in a moment. But the key to understand here is that when you apply voltage, this 12 volts across these two pins, it's going to trip this relay to now move off of the middle pin to pin 87. And what that's going to do is that's going to create a short across 30 and 87 to the garage door opener. Well, it just so happens that by default, that's how the garage door opener works. When you press the inside button, if you've got one, to open or close the garage door, it just creates a short across those two pins at the button inside. That short tells the garage door electronics that's inside the garage door, hey, I just got a signal to open and or close the garage. It has some brains built into it to know whether or not it's currently been opened or closed, so it does the opposite of what it was just doing. So if you had just opened it, it doesn't, go through this huge, arithmetic or algorithm to say, oh, I just opened, let me now close. It just knows I was in the open mode, now I'm going to go to closed mode. And this is what my setup looks like. As you can see up here in this blue box, I've got a relay, which is right here, a wire harness connected to the relay. This is my Wink controlled power outlet, and this is my 12 volts power supply going to a pair of the wires on the relay. And this is a closer look. This section here is just the relay, and this is the wire harness that connects directly to the relay. And this is the terminals on the front part of the garage door opener where the wall switch, which is right here, comes into, and also now where my relay plugs connects. Here's just a closer view of the Wink 2 compatible power outlet. It's just a standard power outlet with two outlets, one that's controlled by automation, which is the one on the left side here, and one that's always on, always got power. So I have something else plugged into it that's it's actually the power to the garage door opener itself. And that's my 12 volt power supply going to the relay. Now that's all of the pictures. The next thing I'm going to put up here is I'm going to show you how to use the apps. So let me get to that.
So you'll need a couple of items configured in your Wink app if you're using Wink, or if you're using Samsung Smart Things, you'll have to configure in there. In Wink, they're called shortcuts. They're all pretty similar, whether it's Wink or whether it's, Samsung Smart Things or something else. But in here, I have one called Open Garage Door Wink, but it's really not doing the garage door. It's turning on the switch that the 12 volt power supply is connected to. The second one is turning that same exact switch off as you see here. Those two items are needed, and once you have those, you can go into your Stringify app and configure the flows. And as you can see, I have two different flows. One is for Google and one is for Amazon. So if you look here, they're the exact same, other than one is for Amazon, like I said. So if you look at what it's having it do, it's saying the trigger words are garage door. So that's that. And then the second thing it does is it tells Wink to run that shortcut of open the garage door, which is actually enabling the switch to power up that 12 volt. Then I have a time delay of 3 seconds. Then it goes back and says, okay, turn off that same switch. Because what happens when you flip on that switch, it sends a short to the garage door opener. You don't want that short to be on there indefinitely, because one, then you won't be able to close the garage door or open it or anything else. So you want to minimize the amount of time. So that's why I've got the 3-second timer in there. Now, you do the exact same thing for Google if you're using Google. And here, the only difference is this is saying, for Google, here's the custom phrase. Everything else is the same. Same command, same time frame, same everything. Alright, here we're going to close the garage door. Alexa, tell Stringify garage door.
Running garage door.
As you can see, it closes it fine, and the same command will open it, which I'll show you in just a second. And there we go. Alexa, tell Stringify garage door.
Running garage door.
And there's opening the garage door.
Well, that completes our show. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, subscribe and like. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up with comments, and I'll be talking to you soon.